Hi guys, this is Nurse Mandy here, and I am here to review a product that I bought for nursing school, and it is an audio recorder that I'm going to be using for my lectures. And I decided to make this video because a lot of the YouTube videos that I've seen didn't really show me how to use this, and I need to put a disclaimer in. I am not very tech savvy at all. I'm probably the person that should not be doing this, but I thought it can maybe help somebody out there, kind of show you how to actually work it. So first and foremost, I just wanted to show you what all came with it. This is the USB cord that you connect your recorder to your computer with. You can see the ends that it has there. It also came with a CD where you can kind of install the program so that your recorder and your computer can work together when you try to upload and download files from and to your computer. This is the actual recorder here. It also comes with a nice little case, kind of velvety drawstring, so I guess it protects it. Nothing too fancy. This is obviously the instruction manual, and I wanted to show you the recorder is the IC recorder, and down at the bottom is the model number icd-ax412. And then it came in the box with other nice little cute papers. Okay, so the parts and the pieces of the recorder. Well, before I move on with that, I just wanted to show you that this comes with 2 AAA batteries, and that's how it works. It's how it powers up. You can also plug in something up here that will help you recharge batteries if you put in rechargeable batteries. Okay, so to begin with the parts and pieces of the actual, let me move this other stuff out of the way. Okay, so this is the power on and off button, and see if you can see it better. To turn it on, you basically pull it down and hold it, and then you'll see it turn on. You do the same thing, you hold it down to power it off, and you keep holding it down and it powers off. And this hold button, basically what that does is when you turn it on, you can push it up to the hold button, and then the hold button is basically, if you put it in your pocket and you try to push any button, it's kind of like your phone being on lock. That's what the hold button is it doesn't allow you to do anything while it's in the hold position. It's on lock, basically. So to unlock it, you basically just move it to the center and it'll unlock. A good feature about this is it comes with 2 gigabytes of storage actually on the device, that you could put 2 gigabytes worth, which is about 22 hours worth of lecture or voice recording. But if you decide that you need more than that, then you can always go out and buy an SD card or a memory stick, and you can put it in here to give you however many gigabytes of memory that you want to store on this. Also, this is the USB portion where you plug in your recorder to your computer. Right here where it says left and over here where it says right, these are the actual speakers that pick up the sound, and then this is the speaker down here where you can hear the sound being played back to you. If you can see this up top, this red hole here is input for a microphone, or you can put a CD player, plug a CD player into it if you decided that you wanted to maybe record a song from a CD and just have it stored in here. You know, it has a folder where you can store music or podcasts or things like that. Also, you can plug in headphones so that if you wanted to listen to a lecture or your music and don't want to bother anybody else, you can listen to it through your headphones. Okay, so on this side, and you might hear my daughter in the background. She's trying to go to sleep right now, so pray for her. This right here is a noise cut button, and this is going to cut noise if you have it on. Whenever you're recording and you have it turned on, then it kind of tries to cut out background noise, unnecessary noise, so that when you're listening to it back to the recordings, that you don't hear all the extra background noise. This repeat button, I'm going to show that to you, how that actually works. later on in the video, but just know that that's kind of like I'm sorry, no, I'm going to show this button to you later on in the video, but this button is repeat. So if you wanted to hear a particular part of a lecture over and over and over and over again, then you basically push the A button at the point where you want it to start. Well, at first you turn on the, you know what, I'll just show it to you. I'll show because that's really hard to explain. I'll show it to you in a minute. So this is the speed button right here. You can turn it off or on, and I will also show that button to you how it works. But it has to do with the speed that the lecture is being given back to you, and then of the volume at which you want to hear the recording back. And if you want to erase a particular voice recording that you did, you just push this erase button, and I'll show you how all of that works in just a second. So let me record something first. So I'm going to basically push the record button and show you how this works. So when I push the record button, this red light is going to come on, and you can see up here at the top that it's going 6, 7 seconds, 8 seconds, 9 seconds, and it's in record mode. While it's recording, I can push pause, and then it says pause at the top, and I can push it again to continue my recording. And then when I feel like my recording is done, I can push stop. Okay, and then to hear it back, I basically push enter, because that was the first voice recording that I recorded on my folder 1. I'll explain the folders in a minute. But
so when I push the record button, this red light is going to come on, and you can see up here at the top.
So you can hear it playing back. Now, the recording of this Sony product is actually very, very great. It's not going to sound that great whenever you hear it coming through my phone, which is what I'm recording this video with. So the sound is going to not sound as good, but there are other YouTube videos out there that actually give an example of what this actually sounds like. So check out those other YouTube videos that people have put on there. I'm just kind of trying to show you how to work this product if you've bought it. But if you're trying to figure out how to buy it, or if you would like the sound, then check out those other YouTube videos. Okay, so I'm going to record something else, and I'm going to tell you about this little T mark button down here. T mark, first of all, well, let me just push record and then I'll explain it to you. Hold on. Okay, so the T mark button is basically like a bookmark, and I'm talking about something really good, so I'm going to push the T mark, which is basically my first bookmark. And then whenever I decide that I'm saying something good again, or your teacher changes to a different chapter, you know, okay, we're going to go to chapter 2 now, you can push T mark so you know that that's where the beginning of chapter 2 starts. And then your teacher decides that she's going to talk about test dates and things like that, so you want to push T mark again because she's talking about the test dates and that's really important to you, and then she ends lecture and then you can just press stop. Okay, so what would happen is to see how those, you know, just the T marks basically help you skip forward in the particular recording. So if I just wanted to hear all the way down to the test dates that she was talking about, I can press play.
Okay, so the T,
and I can push this over button.
You can push T mark again because she's talking about the test dates and that's really important to you, and then she ends lecture and then you can just...
So you see how it skipped all the way to T mark number 3, which is where we were talking about the test dates and things like that. So that way you can kind of fast forward through the particular lecture or the recording a little bit quicker, so you don't have to listen to all the material at once. Another thing that I want to show you is this speed right here. What it does is you need to turn it on, and then I'm going to play this recording again, and I want you to kind of watch up here when I'm pushing this button. The speed, the plus makes it go faster and the minus makes it go slower. Just listen to the speed of my voice when I am talking.
Okay, so the T mark button is basically like a bookmark, and first bookmark. And whenever I decide that saying something good again, or your teacher changes to a different chapter, okay, we're going to go to chapter 2 now, you can push T mark so you know that that's where the beginning of chapter 2 starts. And then your teacher decides that she's going to talk about and things like that, so you push T mark again because you're talking about the test dates and that's really important to you, and he ends the lecture, and then you can just...
So did you see whenever I was pushing up that the plus mark, that it was speeding up, and then when I was pushing the minus, it was slowing down? That's a benefit to me because if the lecture tends to be an hour and a half long, I don't want to listen to an hour and a half long lecture again. And if I can push the speed to go a little bit faster, just so I can review it, if it cuts off 20 minutes, like an hour, it goes from an hour and a half lecture to an hour and 20-minute lecture, or an hour and a half lecture to an hour lecture, cuts off 30 minutes, then that's 30 minutes that I could be studying something else or reviewing something else. So that's a great feature to me. If there's a particular thing that my teacher says and I think it's really, really good, and I learned by hearing, that's the whole reason why I got this, I can kind of make it repeat, and that's what this AB button is right here, and I'll show you how that works. So if after you've recorded your teacher and there's just a certain thing she says, which...
Okay, so the T mark button is basically like a bookmark, and I'm talking about something really good. So
let me just explain, I'm sorry. Whenever I want to start, whenever she starts whatever she's saying that I think is really good, I'm going to push this button. And then whenever she stops saying whatever I think is really good, then I'm going to push that button again. So I'm going to be pushing it while you're watching this screen up here, okay?
Push the T mark, which is basically my first bookmark. And then whenever I decide that I'm saying something good, and then whenever I decide that I'm saying something good again, and then whenever I decide that I'm saying something good again, and then whenever I decide that...
So you see how it kept repeating the same thing over and over and over again? That was the whole point of this AB repeat. It's basically you pick which section of the lecture or voice recording that you want played over and over again. It allows you to do that. I'm at 12:50. I only have 15 minutes. Let me hurry. Okay, so the folders. You're going to have 5 different folders, and the way I can show you is 5 different folders. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can record your lectures for your first health class, or for your first nursing class, or whatever class you're in. If you have chemistry and then you also have microbiology, then you can folder 1 for chemistry, folder 2 for microbiology, and then you can just start recording in folder 2, for microbiology. That way you have different folders for different teachers or subjects. Also, what you can do with these is they have a menu button, and if you hold the button down, you can pick which type of environment that you're in. I have it on lecture because that's where I'll be most using it, but that's if you're putting a microphone into it. If you're in a meeting or a conference room or something, voice notes, if you're giving an interview where you're like 3 feet away from somebody. And so if you want that particular thing, then you just click enter. Then you can push over. This add or overwrite button kind of talks about you can move one portion of a recording to another portion of a recording. So you can kind of copy and paste. This VOR, what this allows you to do is you can program it to begin when someone starts talking, to begin recording when someone starts talking, and then to pause when someone stops talking. So that's what that is. An easy search is kind of like that little T mark. It kind of helps you fast forward through your recordings a lot quicker to hear them. Another cool feature was this alarm, which I'm going to have to do it in a different video.